Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back to some Rome 2 Total War Siege battles for you today. And today we do have a glorious 2v2 here. So we have Swaby and Epirus defending against Massalia and Galatia. I was about to say Getae, but they are definitely not here. Getae is taking a day off. And we do have a bit of a sally out, it seems, here by some club levy from Swaby. So yeah, the Germans here trying to be super aggressive, trying to maybe catch out a few of these units here. There isn't really exactly anything to try and slow down apart from maybe siege towers. But yeah, they're really nothing really optional. So I don't know what the plan is. Maybe to use the club levy, put them in front of the gate, slow down any sort of attack, maybe bait some units in to be attacked by to be hit by these Germanic slingers. Might bait in a Massalian general here. The Hippias Lancers did move forward, maybe for that exact reason, maybe to charge down this unit. But yeah, it will be an interesting one, that's for sure. There was no wall artillery allowed in this one, so I think Epirus had to put his on the opposite side. So it's like an extra added sort of like difficulty for the defenders. But I am told that this is a super close one that does come down to the wire, and I'm really excited to see how this one goes. It certainly should be a fun one, and yeah, I'm like pumped to see some Rome 2 sieges again. It's been a little bit of a break. We have been doing some campaign stuff for Rome 2 with the Caesar and Gaul campaign, which if you haven't checked out, I fully recommend you do so. It's been very good fun so far. But yeah, the Rome 2 sieges, man, what's more classic than that, really? But yes, this was sent in by a member of my Discord. It was Decibel, I believe, that sent this one in. So yeah, if you want to send in your own replays and feature on the channel, then feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description. We are like rebuilding the old community and trying to get the server back to what, like over 1,000 members that we had. But yeah, so that was the old server, and now we have a new one. So if you haven't joined that, feel free to do so. But yes, artillery is being slinged in here. And it looks like they're trying to bring down this wall here. Should bring it down here. Oh, there you go, 100%. Wall has been collapsed. And yeah, now I imagine we're going to see maybe Galatia, maybe make an assault for there. We'll see. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of Swaby units back here as well being held in reserve outside the walls of Bloodsworn here. We've got Swordmasters, Germanic Slingers, Club Levy. I don't know whether they're going to try and flank around, maybe do have a bit of a fight outside, or whether he's, I don't know, just doesn't feel like he has enough room inside the city. I feel like there is. So I don't know what the plan is with Swaby there. But yeah, he's going to try something for sure. I'm going to keep an eye on those. But yeah, the club levy's still outside, those brave fools. I really think they are trying to bait in that Massalian general, but I don't know if it's going to work. Galatia, though, a pretty solid faction for the attack. I mean, they've got these Galatian legionaries, which are actually quite a cheap and very effective heavy melee infantry unit, or very heavy melee infantry unit. I'll put the stats up so you can see. I mean, like 40 melee attack is very, very good. If we compare it to like the Thorax swords, which is like the main unit that most sort of like Hellenic factions bring, including Massalia, 38 melee attacks, slightly better. And I think the same price, if not very, very similar. And there you go. Look at that. Already shots being fired on that Hippias general there. You can see that those Rhodian Slingers, they were just waiting until they got into range and they were ready to unleash some shots. That is clearly going to be a big target here for the defenders, is taking out that general, because yeah, Massalia is being maybe a little too aggressive with it. There's no real need either. We'll just put on foliage again. We don't really need it on, but you know, makes it look a little bit more aesthetic. But yes, some good units for Galatia. I mean, Galatia can bring these Syrian archers. They can bring, like I was saying, those legionaries, which are pretty solid themselves. They can Galatian swords as well, which aren't too bad a unit to use in that sort of first wave. You don't really want to send in your best troops first. And there you go. Yeah, as you can see, Swaby is pushing forward this this advance or like force here. This sort of sally force. It's quite a lot of troops as well. As what. 1, 2, 3, 7 units there. That's a lot of his army, actually, he's sending outside the walls. I mean, he's got a fair lot of troops still in the walls, like a lot of Club Levy, Bloodsworn, some Swordmasters still as well, which is good to see. But he is going to try a very audacious thing here. I mean, luckily for him, it doesn't seem like the attackers have much in the way of cav. It is that really those two generals. So maybe you can pull something off, because I feel like otherwise it'd just be all hammer and anvils and those units will be broken. But it might be actually a decent tactic. We'll see. But yeah, the towers are nearly on the walls, and it looks like they will be landing very, very shortly. So, I mean, they look like they're going to be a bit high for these walls, but I don't think that's an issue in Rome 2, like it is in other Total Wars where it's like bugs out for some reason. But yeah, these units should just drop. I mean, if worst comes to worst, they can use the breach here and just land that way. Artillery, infantry are being shot at here by archers. I don't know what they're really firing at. There's not really exactly anything these Cretans I think back here are firing. No, it's not. It's the slingers. Slingers here are firing. Again, I don't know what that really, just like other Galatian legionaries. Yeah, I would shoot the Syrians if they're in range. They're going to be the problem late game. So these Galatians just trying to get a few kills. 7 already, not too shabby. Yeah, there you go. Rhodian Slingers, they're doing their bit, trying to shoot these Gallic Hunters back here, which they will be a problem later game. You want to try and take out the enemy's missiles if possible, try and weaken them. Yep, again, doing a bit of damage, killing some of those Gallic Hunters. Very, very good. And yeah, it looks like the attack is taking their time, letting, I don't know if they have them on their siege towers. Yeah, they don't seem to have the Scorpions. I don't know why. I thought all the siege towers just had Scorpions. Maybe it's like the Hellenic and like Roman sort of factions just have them. So they're actually just wasting their time. I thought they were just going to let the Scorpions do some work and shoot stuff, but they're actually just wanting to have every single siege tower. This is a strange tactic. If it's just to block missiles, I would not be that's fine, but I would not be landing all of these units here. He has brought a lot of siege towers, so it looks like he is going to land in multiple places. But yeah, it looks like he's using siege towers to block the archer tower, like volley, like shots. I mean, archer towers in Rome 2 just aren't as good as in Attila, so I wouldn't be worried as a player about archer towers so much, in my opinion. And anyway, it looks like they're being damaged pretty badly. 53%, that's a lot of damage being done there. Those Rhodian Slingers, they need to get out of there now. And here we go. The Sally has actually kind of revealed itself early on here. This was really bold from Swaby. I would have waited a little longer until the actual attack had been committed, but yeah. As you can see here, the Galatian Legionnaires are all getting off their towers, and they're just going to probably have a proper land battle now, which I can't see how this is going to go in favor of Swaby at all. I would have thought they would have just waited patiently until Glacier committed most of his infantry into a grindy choke point fight, but no, he's going straight in, and as you can see, the general's going to flank around. He'll probably go for hammer and anvils to try and take out these slingers. Yeah, still got Bloodsworn in reserve, but yeah, this is bold. Really bold. Now, yeah, look at this. He's having to retreat. We'll see whether that was really a smart idea. I don't know. Kind of given up his little surprise card already. And already, look at this. Oh, dear. Our Illyrian levy's already been absolutely crushed here by Thorax, which is no surprise. And looks like that Thorax is just trying to ignore the Illyrian levies. They don't want to do anything against them. They're actually going into the next unit of Illyrian levies and taking them on. Slicing and dicing them. Yeah, I mean, the Illyrian levy is just going to slow them down. They're not going to do too much. These Italians, they might do a bit more. You never know. Epirus is relying, it seems, a lot on his mercenary units. There's Samnites also doing their bit. Taking on Thorax. They should beat Thorax infantry. Samnites are slightly more expensive, slightly better here. 36 melee attack, weapon damage 34. Actually, they have worse stats, but I think it's their armor difference. Yeah, the armor on Samnites is like 20 better. That's probably why the Samnites will win that one. But it looks like they're cycling them out, and they're going to have the Italians go in now and just mop up these Thorax. Actually, in fact, Masali is going to cycle out his Thorax. So yeah, both players, you know, taking advantage and cycling out. That's always a sign of a better Rome 2 player. Someone that's going to cycle out units, not just have a unit fight to like the death. He's actually going to like cycle out, let the other unit rest up. But this is not looking good already for Masali here. These levies are actually pressing on, and they're slowly getting sandwiched to these Thorax. They might need to drop some more troops soon. Yeah, the Thorax sword's getting shot in the back here. That's a bigger loss for Massalia than these Illyrian levies, which are also getting shot by Gallic hunters right now. The Illyrian levies cost absolutely nothing compared to those Thorax. Sending in a fresh unit, and they should rout the Illyrians, who are still being shot by Gallic hunters. But yes, if you're enjoying all things Rome 2, enjoying the sieges, the campaigns, and you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, leave a like as well if you haven't, and comment, hit the notification bell, all that shenanigans that YouTube wants you to do. If you want to do it, feel free to. We are slowly getting towards 9k subs. The journey continues. slowly but steadily we are getting there. So if you want to be part of that, you know what to do. But yes, it seems as though most Italians, yeah, holding the line here. They've got plenty of troops here. Thorios, who can also support with their Javis. We've got the Royal Peltas, so an expensive sword unit here, also being used to Javi. And they are pretty good. They actually have a decent amount of ammunition. I think it's like 3 or 4 volleys. So it's actually quite a considerable amount. Like a typical infantry unit in Rome 2 has 2 volleys. I think the Thorios have about 6. And then I think the Royal Peltas have about 3 or 4, certainly. They have a bit more. So it's why I always choose to bring them instead of like more elite swords. Like for instance, Seleucids have like silver shield swords as an option. I'd never bring them. I'd rather bring Royal Peltas. For the extra Javis, the Javis are deadly in Rome 2. They really are. Sword Masters are winning here, beating Galatian Swords. I'm surprised they're setting in such an elite unit so early. And in goes, I think this is Bloodsworn now going in, isn't it? No, Club Levy going in, taking on Galatian Swords. Again, Galatian not coming in as elites just yet. Unlike Massalia, but Massalia doesn't really have much of a choice, it seems. He brought Thorax and just Thorax. Went for that Thorax spam. Well, he's got some Celtic Warriors to bring him now. I'm surprised they didn't go in first. Just absorb the Javi fire. And some Bloodsworn also going to get committed here. And some Legionaries now starting to come through the gate. They might make a difference. Seems like Club Levy are starting to lose. They're getting shot to pieces by these Syrian archers, who are also being taken out by Sword Masters, who for some reason are, well, not for some reason, they're on the walls throwing their javelins, and now we have Slingers coming to join. Yeah, good to see that the defenders at least are concerned about archers. Like, they're their main target. The attackers seem to look quite happy just to shoot enemy, like, defending infantry. They're not trying to go for the defenders' missiles. Here we go, Legionaries now going in to try and take over from those Galatians, who are nearly breaking anyway. Look at that. The Galatian sword's going to waver and break here. Sally out, by the way, has very much come inside. Swaby has given up on this plan. It looks like he's going to send these troops back to the front line and just go back to a typical siege battle. Yeah, Galatian Legionaries are losing as well in combat to Club Levy, but I think that's more because of archers than anything else. They also are pulling out of combat, but yeah, I mean, at Club Levy, they're 108 kills. That's more than it really should be getting in a siege battle. And they'll be all, like, expensive kills, or certainly more expensive than the Club Levy. So there you go. They have finally broken, but they did their job. And that's how you play Swaby, it seems. I've seen a lot recently, a lot of Club Levy, a lot of, like, sort of Bloodsworn, like, lots of light infantry that are designed to hold up much stronger units. They're doing exactly that. Amazing stuff. Again, will this Club Levy be able to do it? I mean, it's got 53 kills. Might not do as well, but it's still been decent kills, and it's killing off the Galatian Legionaries slowly. Over on this side here, Massalia still not really making much in the way of progress. It's Club Levy here again, causing some havoc. How many kills has this one got? 37. Not as many, that's for sure. I mean, we've got the Samnites in here as well, already at 182 kills. Oh my gosh, these guys are probably going to get at least 200, if not maybe close to 300. These guys are going ham. If they keep cycling them out and they don't get shot by archers, yeah, they're on for a winner here, these Samnites. Good investment by the Epirus player. They are trying to cycle them out. The problem is, every time they get cycled out, they are losing troops. Whether they should throw in the other unit first, then cycle out the Samnites. They lost 5 or 6 troops there unnecessarily. Thurias going in, though, are probably not going to do too well, really, in melee. They're very much designed to throw their javelins, weaken a unit, and then go into melee and just mop up what's left. But it doesn't seem like they've thrown any javies into this Thorax. Again, the Club Levy coming in here, and they're getting murdered this time, poor guys. Yeah, it seems like Epirus is doing an okay job, though he is burning through his troops quite rapidly, I'd say. He's still got more Samnites to come up, and he is also protecting this choke point here, strangely enough. And he's got a pike unit, it looks like. Oh no, they're not pikes, they're Thurios spears held in reserve. Yeah, he's going to need a big shift from these Cretan archers and Rhodian slingers just to try and win in these missile fights and melee fights here. Try and support his troops. I mean, he's got elite units as well, like the Royal Peltas, which I would have said would probably beat most Thorax and units like that. And the Samnites also, it seems, superior. It's just whether the quantity of Massalia will pay off. Like, I mean, they're pretty quality as well, to be honest, Thorax. They're like, I always slander them, but they are very heavy infantry. They are good. Well, I wouldn't say they're as good as the two units I've also mentioned, Samnites and Royal Peltasks. But yeah, Thorax here, they're dying. They have still got over 100 kills, though, which is, you can't sniff at. They've still got a fair few of them to come up. Well, I say that. I see two more healthy ones. Yeah, actually, they're probably out of Thorax, and they're on to Massalia and Thurios already. Maybe they're not. Maybe Massalia's actually not done a great job with his Thorax here. Oh dear. Well, defenders certainly look like they're doing okay. Bounce power is very even, which is usually a bad sign for the attackers. But we'll see. Galatia seems to be making a bit more progress. He's now fighting against Epirus as well. Fighting against some of the finest troops Epirus can provide. And they're not even Epirus, they're Samnites. The Italians are falling back. Yeah, Galatia seems like he's making a bit more progress. It seems like Suebi's given up fighting here because they know they're just getting shot in the flank from the Syrian archers. Probably was a good idea, to be honest. He's got some good units still waiting, though, to come up. More Swordmasters, some Bloodsworn as well still there. He's also got this whole Sally force which came back inside, which is good to see. I think they're using like the Javies as well. I don't know. These Club Levier just set up here. Look like they're going to Javi their way through. But Galatian swords, yeah, absolutely being carved in two by these Samnites and Italians. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. It's looking a little desperate for Massalia, already throwing in Thurios. And I honestly think it's because I don't think he's used his missiles that effectively as Gallic Hunters. I think probably should have been over here, this entire fight here, and then just shooting across. It would make the Samnite fight so much harder. Like there's 83 men left, 210 kills. They could have got sub 100 if they just shot into the flank of that unit. Like archers in Rome 2 are very good if you get side or back shots. And they definitely could have done that if they'd, like with that Samnite unit there, it's still getting kills. Even this Royal Peltas, 134. I mean, they're setting in a fresh Thorax now. They probably will get the same effect. Like 65 melee attack these guys have. Insane. Against 38. Yeah, not looking good. So yeah, they just really bring their Gallics over here if they want to have any chance of success. Otherwise, well, it might be goodbye Massalia earlier than we thought. I mean, at least Galatia's been a bit more effective with this. He's now actually using against Cretans, which is good to see. He's trying to shoot these defending archers. And it looks like we're going to see a Suebi counter-assault here. So, yeah, I guess they see that there's only like a tiny legionary protecting these archers. The desperate bringing up a healthy unit is Galatia. But it might be a little too late. You never know. Swordmasters might break through here. They are ferocious warriors. And yeah, I mean, look at that. Galatian legionaries have just about saved the day, I think. They might be okay. There's about what? Yeah, look at that. All of the Syrian archers here running for their lives. They're like, oh, get out of it. The Germans are coming. Yeah, more legionaries moving up. I don't know. The Swordmasters might be able to sneak around there. Whether they'll want to, they could get counterflanked. Yeah, good move actually by Suebi. You know, reading the game, seeing there was an opportunity to actually maybe just strike at Galatia and just really cripple him. If he took all those like the skirmishers there, or like all the archers, he would have done a lot of damage. So the Swordmasters are going to engage. They are heavy melee infantry, but they've got better melee stats ever so slightly than legionaries. Suebi really relies on its light infantry. I feel like it's actually not got any heavy infantry, and it's heavy, like it's very heavy. Sorry, it's not got any of that. It's only heavy infantry. Is in fact, I think, is the Swordmasters. I don't think anything else is heavy. Maybe the Berserkers are heavies. I don't know, or the Wolf Warriors. I think the Wolf Warriors might be mediums actually. But yeah, the Swordmasters actually like melee attack 43. They are nearly, and they're a lot more expensive than the Galatians, and they're only ever so slightly better. And they have they have slightly better armor. That doesn't really make sense to me. That they're a heavy melee infantry unit, yet Galatian legionaries have less armor, but are very heavy. Just seem to make very little sense. Yeah, the Swordmaster's starting to win that one slightly, starting to kill off the Galatians. And yeah, look at that. Epirus has actually just pushed Massalia out of here. They're like cooped up in this tiny little corner. And really, this is because the Massalian player has just not supported his army properly. I don't think. I think he could have used, like I said, again, used his archers better. Oh, we have a sally out. That is why. That is why he's over here as well. Noble horse. This general here is in a bit of trouble. He's getting shot by slingers. All sorts of things. He was in deep, deep trouble. I don't know why the Galatian player thought that was going to work. It's not until a total war. Cav is not supercharged. In fact, it actually gets stopped quite easy by infantry. To be honest, certainly healthy infantry. And yeah, now we have Messiah coming over here. He's looking for some glory. He's going to use his Thurios spears and try and jabby. I guess there are like these swordmasters. Not a bad idea. Cav, also these Hippias lancers trying to get around the back, try and get the archers or slingers. Again, I still don't think it was a smart idea. He's obviously distracting Messiah, who's now just brought his whole army over here, allowing Epirus to shift this way to maybe help deal with Galatia. I guess maybe it could work. He can slowly edge his way back towards the gate. It could definitely work. It's like a massive distraction this has been now for the attackers, that they've just turned a whole army over here. Swordmaster General, by the way, engaged here against Galatian legionaries. So both sides putting generals on the line. See how they do.
His head is mine!
I don't know if they've actually even attempted yet. No, they haven't. They haven't even attempted to try and get their slingers. You wouldn't lose the general immediately. Yeah, Masali in the end has actually just not achieved anything. All he's done is just allowed Epirus to come over here, helping this fight here, and just abandoned his last. His poor thorax got left here. I mean, this Samonite 82. Where is the other one? Or did it break? I think it's over here. Mostly Samonite here. 231. It's not done too shabby, that's for sure. The other one's at 153. And also still healthy. You imagine we'll get to 200. Yeah, those Samonites, you know. I think in like lower tier games like this, I mean, I think this might be like large funds or maybe ultra. I think it's large, but like Samonites do so well, man. They're so good. Jabbies coming in, doing some damage. This is what you use Thurios for, just to throw jabbies over the top of ongoing combats. They get good kills. But he's not got any Thurios here, he's got the Thorax doing it. I guess they could do it as well. Their jab is just as good. Galatians still losing in this fight against Swordmasters. So are the Swordmasters, actually. That's what happens. War is hell, everyone loses. Both got 150 kills though, those Swordmasters. They're just so good. So good. But I think the defenders have really got the attackers where they want them. They've got them in good choke points. I mean, they're using their archers well here. These Credans are getting some decent shots. They are starting to take casualties though from the Syrians, so they need to be careful. They've got their opponents in a good spot here. I mean, they've got what we've got back here. Thurios spears as well for Epirus, also jabbing over the top, you know, trying to do their bit and help. Are we going to try and see? Are they jabbing over this hill? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I tried this recently. Tried to use javelin and throw jabbies over a low wall. Didn't get any sort of joy. So I don't think Massalia will either. So yeah, they're gonna have to bring those inside and actually just set them up behind, which is a shame because you get a better angle, lobbing over the wall. But I guess maybe that is a bit too Herculean to ask someone to just throw a javelin over a wall and then kill a man from that distance. I don't know at this point whether the Samurai should keep cycling out. I mean, it is probably helping a bit, but because they're tired and already pretty damaged, they are taking a lot of casualties, I think, when they pull out. see. I mean, this is a healthy Samurai, this one going in. 108 kills already. Galatians, they're mopping up a few units here and there. Samnites and Thurios, I feel like, are getting a little cut off here. The Galatians are pressing on almost to these Thurios. Balance part, I'd say, is ever so slightly shifted in favor of defenders now. Like I was saying, I think they got the attackers where they want them. In a very narrow area now, there's only 2 choke points. Unless they go and reuse some of these towers over here, the attackers. That they can actually now go through. They've forced them into this, which, to be honest, the less choke points there is, makes it easier for the defenders. As an attack, you want to, like I always say, you want to try and stretch your opponent. Usually you'll have more units, and that means there's not enough choke points for the defenders to defend. If you threw, say, in theory, threw every single unit into battle, you probably, at least 1 or 2 will break through. They'll get in. I mean, these Galatian Legionnaire here has actually not done too bad. I mean, I know I've been slagging off a bit the attackers, but I mean, their Legionaries have done well, these Galatians. 254 kills, and still counting. I mean, some of them haven't done so well, but most of them, I mean, the same with the Thorax as well. I've seen most of them get into the hundreds. I mean, that Thorax sword is 102 men left, 81 kills, likely will get 100 kills. I mean, it's not excellent, but it's steady. You can't complain. If your units are all getting triple figures, you're doing something right. I don't know if they all will. I don't have belief in these Thurios spears, to be honest. It's just more that these Samnites and some other units like the Royal Peltas for Epirus certainly have just stolen the show with their kills. And these just amount of kills. They're some of them nearly getting to 300. Just catch the eye. Yeah, look at this. This is a hailstorm of javelin style coming in. That was really scared off the Samnites. They're not a fan of that. They're getting out of there. They were losing instantly as soon as I went in. And now, yeah, you can see the Epirus players like, if you're going to javvy something, you can javvy my 38-man Samnite, not my unit that's still, healthy 80 numbers. His Royal Peltas General here as well, still yet to go into the fight. Yeah, look at this. Royal Peltas, 12 men left, 290 kills. Only now wavering. These men are the literal epitome of Hercules. Insane, yeah, they finally routed the Bloodsworn. A little caught out, but they're going to die. I don't think there was any sort of worry there for Swaby. He's still got a decent amount of troops. And yeah, I mean, we're coming to sort of the end of the battle now. You can see that both sides kind of running out of reserves. A lot of archers looking like that's all that's left for the attackers outside. They've got, it looks like, 1 or 2 melee units left in reserve. Yet to see that giant ballista crew come up, which is always, when that happens, it's a desperate signs for the attackers. But yeah, they're trying to keep that back. A last-ditch assault that might be. Oh, defenders sitting in Rhodian slingers. That's a bad sign as well for them. It means they're running out of ammunition or out. Or likely out. And their slingers and archers have done very well for the defenders. Like I said, made a very big difference. What kills have they got here? 166, not too shabby at all. Now being supported by Thurios. Again, they're all going to retreat. That's an interesting move because I feel like, well, actually the Rhodians are going back in, but yeah, the Thurios seems like this is the thing that players do. They seem to pull out a unit before they've actually sent another one in. So really, all you're doing is giving ground and you're losing men. So it's actually doubly bad. I feel like send in a unit first, then give the pull the other unit out. Here we go, Thurios spears going in here. They're getting shot in the flank as they engage that Royal Peltas. And you can see they've engineered a bit of a flanking move here. So yeah, we can have these slingers, I imagine, shoot to the back of this unit. And we've got slingers on this side that'll shoot into the back of that Thurios spear. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's going too well for that Royal Peltas either. Already getting javelin to pieces here by the Massalian Thurios spears. I would not be surprised if Epirus is to lose his general here. He is charging in. And this is exactly what he's supposed to use Thurios for. Just, just jabby. Sit back, jabby. Don't do anything else. Like a spear is not the most, though it's the most common weapon on the battlefield, it's not the best unit in Total War. It's not the best weapon to have. You want a sword, you get better melee attack. Though that doesn't really make sense, because like if you have a spear, you can usually keep your enemy with a sword at bay much easier. But I guess the Messiah and Thurius are probably not well armored. Yeah, they're not great melee attack. Helltask going in there. 132 kills. Or 30 kills. They probably will get 132. Oh, Hippias lands the charge. Oh, wow, yeah. Messiah is getting desperate. Sending his general in for charge. General will be general, I'm seeing a counter charge from the Swordmasters here. Yeah, I feel like Epirus is going to lose the general here if he's not already, I think. No casualties sustained, he's fine. Usually you just hover over it, it'll say general has recently died, but they are fine at the moment. Epirus's general is still just about intact. But yeah, Masai is basically out of infantry. His archers left, and that's it. And now he's setting up over here, I think trying to support this choke point fight, which is good, but again, he's doing it a little too late when his army's dead. You see the Thurio Spears desperately trying to fight on against the Swordmaster here. Yeah, it's definitely at that point now. I mean, Epirus has just 2 units left, I think. And these Korean archers here. And that's it. So if Epirus loses this general, it's not the be-all and end-all. So it's just down to Swaby and Galatia, really. Sully's got some stuff, but not much. It's going to be close. Banspire, it's still shifting in favor of attackers. Oh, sorry, the defenders. I don't know. I feel like the attackers still have it in them. Slingers still with ammunition. This is insane. The Germanic Slingers, I mean, I think these are the ones that be selling out constantly. So they barely use their ammo. But yeah, the Noble Horse General here, still getting shot at. Good choice of target, because if they can kill him, they can rout Galatia pretty quickly. Archers are starting to break here, these Syrian archers. It's a bit bold to send them in, because army losses could take place if they don't have many troops left. And that is the way that it looks like Galatia is going to go. He has no melee left, just archers, so he's having to send them in to just die. Oh no, he has 1 melee here, these legionaries, but yeah, they've been beaten back, it seems, by Swordmasters. 2 units, well, 1 unit of Swordmasters, 1 of Bloodsworn. More than enough. Here comes the Hippias Lancer. Don't know if this is going to be a great charge, but we'll see. And he just pulled through. Hippias Lancer has just pulled through. So bit cheeky there from the attacking player. I mean, as a silent player should have just accepted he's probably going to lose this battle. And now we're seeing Bloodsworn having to chase him down. I don't think he will cap the cap point. I'll probably send something else back to just make sure he doesn't do that. We've got Bloodsworn there. Looks like they'll chop up these Gallic Hunters. They actually just landed instead. I don't know if they had ammo left, but yeah, the Bloodsworn here, they'll mop them up, and then they can hunt down their general. But we are seeing army losses there take place. Gallic warriors, Gallic hunters are dying. The general's still alive just about, but that is it. Galatia's general has recently died, so he is likely to break with the rest of his army soon. Yeah, actually, Galatia did manage to break through, mainly because I think that Mansai in general drew so much attention. Yeah, everything's starting a chain route now for the defenders, and that is going to be the battle. Swaby and Epirus are going to hold this fort just about. Epirus' general as well just about survived. Costly victory there for Swaby and his ally Epirus. But yeah, well done to both sides. Did a very good job. So yeah, like I was saying, Decibel sent this one in as Swaby. I mean, his general there getting 260 kills. The Swordmaster's very good. Another one of his Swordmasters, 209. 173, 170 for some of the other ones. His sally out wasn't exactly effective, but it was distracting enough. And in the end, he didn't actually have to fight anyone with his sally out. He just did it and then ran back inside. 116 kills with the Blood Swarm, 104 with the Slingers. I never see these guys brought. It's always like the Cambry Bowwomen. But yeah, a good change, and they actually did okay. Bloodsworn down here, 137 kills, 157 with another one. Club Levy, 51, 62. I thought, oh no, yeah, I was gonna say I thought one got into the hundreds. Yeah, 108. There you go, best one. Did okay actually. So yeah, for a cheap unit, very very good kills. Then we have Beaks playing as Epirus, 161 kills with the Royal Peltas, 292 with the other Royal Peltas here, 232 kills with the Mercenary Samnites. 191, 177. These guys all did really, really well. I mean, that top row is just, yeah, insane. 118 kills with the Italian swords here, 104 with the Thurio spears, 128 with another. Its archers, like I said, did pretty solid. Well, actually, not like insane, but steady. 143, 169 with the Rhodian slingers. And yeah, his levies did nothing really, just cannon fodder. Then we have Sanes playing as Massalia, 103 kills with the Hippias Lancers. His archers actually did better than Epirus's, funny enough. And I was criticizing them, not really supporting, but I mean, 125 kills, 117, not too bad. Peltas 140. Then yeah, these Massalian Thurio spears, 153 kills. And then his thorax swords here, 176, 168, probably the best of the bunch there. And then we have J.M. Fox playing as Galatia, getting 133 kills with the Syrian archers. His Galatian legionaries getting 259 kills, 245 kills. Yeah, these guys did solid actually. The legionaries just a good 194. Yeah, some solid kills these guys get. I mean, in like a lower tier game, like I was saying with like the Samnites, these two units actually I think just really excel. Like cheap, very heavy infantry just excels. Same with like Tylus's very heavy sword unit as well. Also does insane. Galatian swords, 116 kills, 146. Not too bad actually for a medium sword unit either. So yeah, well done to all those that took part of this one. Thank you, Decibel, for sending it in. And yes, if you guys did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next Rome 2 Siege. Bye for now.